All right, guys, welcome back. SC Podcast episode 4, and we're going to talk about the importance of voting and maybe a little bit of politics. So, James, why don't you start us off?
So let me just preface this by saying this isn't a political campaign video. You know what I'm saying? We're not urging you or bashing you for voting. You know, we respect, you know what I'm saying, whatever your political preferences are. However, we want to get into the details of the importance of voting, especially for our generation, the younger one. A lot of kids, you know, what they complain, you know, we see them in high school, we see them in college, and I don't support, you know, this law, or I want this to change in society, or I feel this way about this topic. The best way to express that and see change is just to flat out and vote at all levels, not just the presidential level, but governor, and then lower levels and lower districts within your state, within your county as well, because that's where you're going to see the biggest change. Yeah, the presidential level is the biggest one, head honcho, but there's also different levels of different judges and different district attorneys that you want to see within your local area. So the importance of it, it's really the smallest and most legal way for change, right? It's the cheapest, honestly. You just go and vote. As long as you're registered, as long as you're of age to vote, you just go out there. Just get registered, man. It's very important. You want to see differences. There's one thing to complain, but the complainers out there that don't vote is, the biggest problem. Not actually the people that you're complaining about. You got to think about that. So just go out and vote. Go out and make a difference. Don't talk about, emotions are great. Express your opinions, express your freedom of speech, but go out and make a difference. Actually put those words in your head onto some paper and make a difference and vote. I respect your affiliation, whatever you want to do, but make sure you support that and go out and make a difference. Thank you.
Yeah, so what I want to say about voting, it's really important to vote because a lot of times, especially after this past election in 2016, a lot of people said, well, Trump's in office, we don't like him, and now a lot of people came out to vote because they simply said, we don't care. And yeah, it's usually choosing the lesser of two evils because politicians will, like I said in the first episode, they just want your vote, they'll pander for you, and then maybe they'll do something slightly small for you to have you accept it within them, but then they'll go ahead and just steer you off the right track, So yeah, it's important to vote. We need to understand, cast your ballot, do your research, importantly, because just because somebody says, hey, they're good, they're helping the economy, or they're for black people, or they love everybody's rights, anybody could say anything. They could put $1 million towards an ad and say, I'm such and such, I approve this message. But if you do your real studying, you'll see what's behind those curtains. And for this current election, I'm not choosing which side or telling you to choose a side, but just do your research. If you want to vote independent, and some people say it's worthless, well, you never know. Independent might win. Anything is possible. So, for example, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, they both have, sexual activity, stuff like that on the internet. They talk about them touching women inappropriately, touching children inappropriately. There's videos, a girl moving away from Joe Biden because she feels uncomfortable. They got Donald Trump in a pedophilia ring with Jeff Epstein and his island and all that. So do your research. Know what these people have been doing behind the scenes. Just because they look good on face value for everybody on TV doesn't mean that they're perfect. And nobody's perfect, but these are our leaders. These are the people that's going to go against other countries and talk about, tariffs, trading, talk about foreign policy to make, a better world for us. But that won't happen if we keep putting these people into seats that, are corrupt, or people that simply don't care for us. They say they may care. They may pander for, your vote. They need minorities to vote for them, so they pander to the black vote. They pander to every single person, and then boom, they just take everything away. So yeah, get out and vote, but most importantly, do your research on these people because they're humans too. So yeah, they make mistakes, but we need to know who can limit the mistakes that be able to help us drive to a better world.
So you look at it as everyone that complains, whatever generation, you complain about what president is put into office, what vice president put in office, and then goes down the line. If you want to stop the complaints and stop giving your opinions, then your best opinion to give is you registering to vote and going into the poll booths and voting.
Right.
And with there's a video of a black man and a white woman going back and forth about how she wants everybody to vote for, like, she's been wanting everybody to get her vote, to vote for her to stay in the chair, but she was so worried about, but she wasn't able to keep everybody lights on. She didn't care about keeping everybody lights on when this COVID-19 broke out, and the man was just going off about, how do you want everybody to be voting for you, and you want to stay in the chair, but yeah, you're not even caring about keeping their lights on, and there's families out here, fighting to, put food on the table, or, keep the lights on so they can stay warm at night, things like that. So it's just like, if you research, like Sam said, if you research the people that you actually want to be in that chair, to be in that spot, that that's going to give you the best fighting chance to put you in a good position to a better life, then that's what you should do, and just register to vote and go do that.
That's right, man. So what's the age to vote again? 18, right?
18.
Yeah, so I mean, the first time I voted about a year ago, it was a first time voter. I had one person in mind. All the other, secondary people and local people, I didn't really do my research on it. I'm just being honest. It was the governor's election. That's what it was. Just one person I was going there to vote. Christmas tree, the whole thing. But when I saw the governor section, that's when I actually paid attention. But I learned from that. I'm not gonna do that. Research, like Sam was saying, go on, spend the hours, spend time on the internet. Research, what does this person stand for? What is this? You don't want to go in there blind. You want to go in there with thoughts and research and evidence to support how you really feel. If you just Christmas tree like I did, you don't know what you're doing. You could be making matters worse. So know what you're voting for, know why you're voting, and at the end of the day, vote. Don't just talk about it, this video can be an hour, but at the end of the day, we really want you guys to vote, regardless of how you feel on the political spectrum or scale. Go out, be a great citizen that I know you are, and put those thoughts on the paper and go ahead and vote.
I want to jump on that. So with him saying that about last year, about 2 years ago, we had a voting for school buses to be get more school buses, the roads to be better. I voted to make sure that I voted for the better roads for the future kids so they can get to school on time and won't be that much traffic. I also voted on felons to now vote for presidential election. It's just like, yes, even though they did commit their crimes, I feel like they should still have their voice on who they want to bring into the presidential seat. Right. So I did vote to say that convicted felons or former felons should be able to vote on political views and presidential elections. Just to put that out there.
Yeah, so you got to understand who you're voting for, because look at a lot of things happening in your county. We're not just talking about the presidential stuff, the big things around the country.
That's
but
right.
Look at your county, look at your city. For example, we got a whole bunch of potholes in Tampa. Potholes everywhere. Now that's the county's thing to do and whatnot. But look at who wants to take better strides for us to have better roadways, better sidewalks. That way, I make sure our children get to school safe. Because for me, for example, when I was growing up, there was no bus to go out to where I was in middle school, and they said, oh, yeah, you could walk there, but there was no sidewalk. So think about who wants to make sure that the kids get to school safe. You need to know who you're voting for, and like I said, do the research. Go all the way back, not just 2, 3, 5 years. Go back to when they first started getting into the seat, when they first started putting out papers, writing papers, whatnot, about political science and everything, because you don't know how their mindset differs from today, or you never know what they're on the same track. There's a lot of underlying stuff. Some people may be racist, prejudiced, discriminate against, different colors, classism, all that. You got to know who you're dealing with, because anybody could say, I'm for the poor, I'm for, having the rich get more taxes deducted out of them. Anybody could say, oh, I'm for black people, I'm for, Mexicans, I'm for Native Americans, especially them. And like the Keystone Pipeline's going through. What are our leaders doing? They still want to push it. We should have leaders that think, oh, we already had their land taken away so many centuries ago. Why don't we just stop there? Maybe give them some more land and just stop the pipeline. Yeah, we got to get our oil, but do it somewhere else. Do it in a different way. Think about the people first. The people built America. This country was built on the backs of slaves and indigenous people. So the better to repay them, get the right leaders in office. Get the people that truly care about your heart, not people that care about your pockets, people that care about the true values, stuff that's inside of you. Because all these politicians, they say vote for me, their pockets get bigger, they get more greedy. They want you on their campaign trail, they want you to donate. I'm not going to say any names, but I get a whole bunch of emails in my promotions box on Gmail. Hey, can you vote for me? Vote for me. We're on the campaign trail. We're about to start the elections. Okay, cool. I'm not going to donate. I'm going to see if I'm going to vote for you, but I need to do my research. I need to see how you're acting right now. See who's for you. Don't see who's against you. But use common sense. Don't take everybody else's word for a lot of stuff. People could whisper in your ear, this man's good. He says he's for us. Yeah, TV says a lot of things. The media could twist a lot of stories. They can make it seem like they're the perfect person. And then boom, they break your heart. They crush your dreams. Why? Because you got them in the office and now they can do whatever they want. They can sign any bill, law into order, or whatever they want to do. So know your state legislator. Know who you're voting for as a judge. Make sure you have a good unbiased judge. That way they want to, contaminate the sessions and the court proceedings. Make sure you know who you're voting for president. Like we said, we're not going to tell you who to vote for. Just know how to do your research. Know who's actually for the people, who's going to abide by, true common sense, who's going to have, good laws that they want to sign to order, who's going to actually cooperate with Congress. That way we can have the better thing for the American people. Not just for us American people, for everybody around the world. People that won't have beef or, have, backstabbings of other people in other countries, different leaders around the world. They look at us, they look at America and say, oh, what is America doing? Then we look at everybody else. What is, China doing? What is Russia doing? Are we cooperating with them? Are we doing good on trades? Are we doing good on their foreign policy? Are we making sure that everybody gets justice around the world? You got to know who's your leader and who's standing up for you, because they can betray you or they can't betray you. And right now, everybody's in the hoot about Donald Trump and whatnot, so we're not going to get into that. But yeah, know who you're picking. And also know who's for your state, because there are powers and rights reserved to the states. So if they want to use it correctly, we gotta know who's going to use it correctly for us. So nothing else to end it?
Yeah, just to wrap up, to my fellow black kings and queens out there, we've been denied the right to vote up until the 1960s, when I believe President Johnson passed the act, the Voting Rights Act, for minorities to vote. We've been denied for several other rights, for the past 400 years. I'm not going to get into that now, because this is strictly about voting, but we all know our history, right? So now is the time, right? Our voices need to be heard. We fought so hard, everything going on with the Black Lives Matter movement, everything going on, the racial inequalities that's been happening, not just recently, not just George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Everyone else, from all the way from the 1600s up until now. Now's the time to vote, right? The law was passed in 1960s. Black people started coming out and started voting. But I want to see a big change from recent years. I want to see more and more black people going out, using their right to vote. It's easy, it's simple, and it's the first step, in my opinion, into change. So with that being said, I hope to see you guys out there in the elections, voting in the voting booths. Let's make this difference, and let's be proud Americans in the process. Thank you.
I think that's it. All right, well, guys, thank you for this 4th episode. Next episode is to be determined, but this is the SC Podcast. This is me, Sam, my boy
James.
And then
my boy
Jay.
James.
Guys,
Hey,
this is Uncensored, Unfiltered. So we thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we're out.